AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
And apparently Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson are back at it.
Need to shut that roommate shit down.
They want to know why Tibs ain't getting his appreciation. All y'all talking trash about Tibs, lame as hell. A different direction was taken, but y'all should be appreciative for what he did for the team and organization. Ben Stiller agrees completely. Whatever, Ben Stiller. Don't get cursed out, bro. You live in New York. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. But there is some footage on Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart on the roommates talking about this Tibs thing.
But yeah, this is my first firing. Yeah, I mean, I've known him my entire life, but I remember like having conversations and moments with him when I was in 8th grade when we moved to Chicago. And just to see like where we are now, like helping become 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. The things he's done for me, like obviously individually, I'm so grateful for. Just because like he had that confidence in me that like I knew I had, but like it's great to see someone like push you to be better. Like obviously I have my dad, and he believes me more than anyone. Him and my mom believe me more than anyone. But like to have Tibs and to do what he did for my career, I'm just so grateful and thankful for. And so yeah, not enough things can be said about what he's meant to myself, my career.
Tibs was my 6th coach in 8 years. So it's good. The NBA coaching, profession it's tough, and whenever you guys don't, finish kind of how you wanted or expected, like I said, there's always going to be changes. That was a tough one, but I just think that there should be nothing but praise for him and his time, in New York.
I agree. 100%.
And now there's the coaching search, and how everyone on Twitter has their own opinions to who should be hired, who shouldn't be hired, who wants to be hired.
Yo, why you laughing at us, Josh?
You know why he's laughing? Because he is one of us. You on Twitter with us.
Like, why are you laughing? Like, why are you laughing at us? Like, if you were any better in that Pacers series, Tibs might still have a job. They might have still said, we'll keep you for another year. Like, played like dog shit in that Pacers series. Absolute garbage.
I get it. I understand you holding your man down. Obviously, you guys aren't the ones that were voting for Tibs to go. Or maybe you were, and this is a slick way of doing it.
That's corny. That's corny, because I want to get to the real. Because they asked you a question after game 6. They asked you a question. And you looked at, and I'm talking about Jalen Brunson, y'all. They asked him a question, and that was the first time I've ever seen Jalen Brunson be like a smug motherfucker. He was real smug about answering a question about is Tibs the guy to help y'all go to the next level? Like, that was a bad question. And 72 hours later, he gone. And 2 weeks later, y'all are having a eulogy on the roommate shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, be real with us. Because there's a lot of us out here. Everybody in the comments, we love y'all. Me and Fabian, our OG Oba. Like, be real with us. We the real fans. Be real with us. Why is he no longer there? Did you struggle in the Pacers series? Why did you struggle? Maybe I need to go watch the roommates. How about that? Maybe I'm getting caught up in clip culture, because that's the thing too. Maybe I'm getting caught up in clip culture real quick. Darlene B did say she watched the whole thing, so maybe I need to go watch. But at the end of the day,
well, they could tell us. They could tell us.
I don't want to hear no more fucking eulogies and no more think pieces about Tom Thibodeau. Get him the fuck out of here. He's gone. Let's move on. What's next? Y'all know how I feel about this. These niggas is being so fucking disingenuous. Josh, and y'all know I love Josh Hart. It pains me to talk like this about Josh Hart. But he was trash in that Pacers series. And it was visible.
Is that a real question right now?
Yes, motherfucker. It's a real
You
question.
just asked me if I believe that if he's the right guy. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Come on.
So if he's the right guy,
Gentlemen,
Jalen,
you talk about the confidence
if he's the right guy, and we just went over yesterday how your daddy is the strongest and most powerful nigga in the organization outside of James Dolan. If that's your guy, and your daddy runs shit in there, and Leon Rose is Tibs guy, like, how does it? What's happening? What are we doing? I'm telling you, we're gonna wind up with Rick Brunson as our head coach, man. And we all gonna be in here on Knicks Rehab going through it. Going the fuck through it.
It is their first episode of the roommates since, you know, getting dumped out of the playoffs, and that's a big firing. I don't think there's ever been. I mean, the Pat Riley thing, it wasn't polarizing because he left us, and the way he left us through fax machine, and Jeff Van Gundy was. I forgot how polarizing or how crazy that was till you mentioned it. Like, are you sure that
10-9
and walked up out of here?
Walked out. We didn't even hit 20 games. We was almost at the 20 game, almost at the quarter mark. He said, "I'm out of here, y'all."
I had enough of this.
Yeah, you said, "I'm good. I'm good,
You
y'all."
quit. I quit.
Got up out of there.
Hit us
Oh
with
shit!
the-
La
Our baller's
Tory
not
B.
here. But you know
What
what he
up, girl?
says? Be respectful to the ladies.
Tory B, what up?
Yeah. Jeff Van Gundy, he quit like Jeffrey in an episode of Fresh Prince. I quit.
I quit. He started pushing shit over.
Dropped the vase.
He dropped the box. He was wilding.
Pieces of lint. Wow.
Jeffrey was wilding.
Jeffrey, what a coinky thing. Jeff Van Gundy, Jeffrey Van Gundy. But like anything else, I mean, it did kind of go viral, but anything else Josh Hart would have said would have went super viral. Anything he would have hinted at not liking Tibs, super viral. I would have loved for them to push back, like, yo, so what happened with you arguing with Tom Thibodeau, though? Like, do you think that had something to do with that? Was there, you know, is this different than previous years where we didn't see that be so demonstrative? Maybe you guys, we always, and you can answer however you want to answer, but that's our issue with podcasts like that. Because if you live in a world where you're gonna just respond to things and you don't want to go to the press conference and be real, well, this is your time to be real. But you know, again, they're trying to go to the Derek Jeter route. You know, they're trying to go the Derek Jeter route and be safe. So I really, like you said, I think the Tom Thibodeau thing, I appreciate it, even though there's other reports of Tom Thibodeau not holding practice, not holding end of the game situations for the Knicks.
I saw those reports too.
Right. Like, of course you were holding on to this information until, like, you're leaking information week by week now, shit that you already knew. Obviously it'd be more detrimental if you leaked that out in February, but you had to have known a lot of this stuff. Even when that article came out, I think not Ian Begley, the other guy, that I don't really care for him.
Who?
Fred Katz.
Fred Katz.
Yeah,
People said that to me.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not saying he's not a fair reporter, but I've seen when Julius Randle was chucking 8 threes a game, it's like he's doing exactly what the Knicks want him to do, this, that, and the third. And then 2 years later, 2 years later, when Randle got hurt and he was injured, got the surgery, came back, the next article in the Athletic from Fred Katz was, well, Julius Randle said he actually watched himself on tape for the first time in his life, and he's going to take less 3-pointers. Like you just said 2 years ago that was a good thing.
Oh, the flip-flopping and the
yeah, like it's just a clear bias for the Knicks, for whoever it is. You be pumping whatever they want, and that's part of the reason why Flea said, I don't want to talk to you ninjas, man. I don't really want to know Jalen Brunson. I really don't want to meet y'all. It would feel weird. I would just say, what up? Yo, I appreciate you, everything y'all did for the city. But other than that, I want to be able to have no bias, because I'm gonna hurt your feelings. God, people that I love. You know me, Flea, I'm the biggest Pac fan in the world. I have a lot of criticism about Pac. You would never, the way I talk about him sometimes, you would think I wasn't a fan, but I know where he stands as, to me, he's the GOAT. That's the GOAT, and I still got criticism. So, I understand Josh Hart's position, Jalen Brunson's position. They can't do that. That's family.
Yeah.
They don't. You also don't want to. You don't want to prevent him from getting another job.
Well, he's put himself in a tough position to get another job. I don't think we're going to see Tom Thibodeau as a head coach on any
NBA level.
Yeah, I don't see that probably ever, really.
If you do, even if that's the case, you don't want to be on that side.
For sure.
As I ain't doing that to Flea. I don't care. You ain't kicking my man while he's down.
Yeah.
There's enough, like he said, there's enough opinions that already, expressed the flaws to Tibs. Let me tell you the good things about Tibs. I'm holding them down. Like, y'all should appreciate him. And okay, cool. And y'all do that. But I'm gonna continue to criticize him and whoever else is the damn head coach, Josh. I'm gonna continue to criticize anybody in the orange and blue, including your monkey ass. That's what we do, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson. We argued on dead heated arguments over you hogging the ball, Jalen. I held you down.
That's a fact. I just, there seemed to be a level of calm, and I know they're professionals, and I know, like you said, they can't give a lot, but there seemed to be like a level of calm with those guys today, and maybe they know. Obviously, what am I talking about? They obviously know more than we do, right? Just in terms of having their ears to the streets. Their ears a lot closer than what we could speculate on, what Shams could say. So I'm sure they know something, right? I'm sure there's a lot of conversations going on right now with a lot of them, right? Because if this was an ultimate Dolan decision, once he said, I'm gonna give the final acts, but he's fielding opinions and anecdotes from guys on the team, then there's got to be a lot of conversation with Jalen Brunson. If they're gonna keep Josh Hart, with Josh Hart, obviously Cat and your core guys, on who you think is the guy that we need to bring in here now. Because okay, the situations and the things finally have come to a head, and it came to a head really nasty in that Indiana Pacers series. Home court advantage, losing the first two games, going down 0-2, the way we lost those games, right? Then, being in that series, Josh Hart during that sit down said he never felt like they was down 3-1. And Brunson rebutted with, no, nigga. I felt like we was down 3-1. So is everybody's emotions on the same page? Those two guys, and everybody's different, but those two guys have been playing with each other playing on the same team, on the same team for a long time now, right? The chemistry, just knowing each other, right? College and getting to the pros. And they not on the same wavelength in terms of sense of urgency. Josh is talking about he had all the confidence in the world. You did not look like that in the Pacers series, my brother. You did not shoot like that. You did not attack the rim like that. You did not defend like that. Nothing about how you played in that Pacers series said anything about confidence to me. But now we talking about down 3-1. You felt confident. Get the fuck out of here. That's why I'm feeling like I don't like how they did that just now. And again, I got to go listen. But if they just sitting there being disingenuous and all that shit, I ain't feeling it.
At all. And if Mikal Bridges and these coaches, and these players got the coach fired, it wouldn't be the first time in NBA history.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.